What's up, everybody? Welcome into Fantasy Football Pub Trivia BettorCast, brought to you by Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-host, Tim Wright, bringing you the trivia on Monday night, seeing if you can come out on top. What's up, Tim?
Oh, it's a great day, man. I'm stressing over the Scott Fish Bowl draft. It's a beautiful sunny day. My dog's having a snoozy day. There's so many good things going on. Nickelodeon night. Let's go.
Love a snoozy dog day. That was going to be my next question. Did you grow up in a Nickelodeon household, or were you more of a Cartoon Network or Disney Channel household? And I'm pretending as your best friend of the last so many years that I do not know the answer to this question.
We didn't have Disney. I was very much I liked my channels up in New Jersey because we had 27 was Cartoon Network, but 28 was the Sci-Fi channel. So I just go up and down to watch like really bad sci-fi movies. And then switch back to cartoons. But then 44 was Nickelodeon, and right below that was Animal Planet. So I was absolutely living. I just flip back and forth. Man, what a day.
You got to have those pairs. You got to have those pairs right there.
Stacks. It's all about stacks.
And happy Scott Fish Bowl day to everyone. Speaking of stacks, if you're in those drafts, best of luck to you. And if you're not, go get in those satellites. Start competing, because not only is it fun to be a part of it, but you can win your spot into next year's tournament as well. Shout out to Scott Fish, Dynasty Outhouse, Russ, and Saleto, and everybody else that works hard to make this event happen. They're raising some serious money for charity, and I am seriously tilting over my draft already. We got Victor in the chat ready for today's show. Said, "Hola, bro, chachos. Welcome back, Simon. Glad you're back. Glad to be back, and glad to be running some pub trivia tonight." We got Damon here, one of our reigning champs, with the yo. What's up, Dame? And Victor, hyped to see Tim in here as well. For those of you who have never joined us for Fantasy Football Pub Trivia, here's how this is going to work. We've got 30 questions prepared. I wrote them. You guys are the contestants. Tim is going to be competing against you today.
It's not much of a competition.
Well. Oh, he's coming home with the title today. I can feel it, Tim. I can feel it in my bones. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure you have the Better Sports Network app downloaded. In there, the questions are going to pop up right on your screen in-app while you're watching us. All you have to do is answer them. Get it right, you're going to add 10 points. Get it wrong, you're going to subtract 10. Whoever has the most points at the end of 30 questions will be our champion. I did forget to mention that the last question will be worth a net 40 points, plus or minus. So there can be big old swings at the end right there. Our general goal is to end positive, but you guys are much smarter than we are. And we've had multiple people end over 100, I think even close to 200 before in these games. All right, we got Scampers in here with the good evening, fellas. What's up, Scampers? Welcome in. And Albert over here with the hello, everyone. And to everyone over in the BSN chat, you guys can chat in there as well. Throw your guesses down there, talk trash to each other, and update us on your scores.
Ooh. Hey, Simon. You want to see a live Scott Fish draft right here?
Let's see it. Are you on the clock?
I'm on the clock, baby, and I hope I'm going to a do not pick Daniel Jones, even though that'd be fine. But Tua. Oh, there it is.
Tua Tagovailoa. Welcome to Tim's squad. And for those of you who are maybe fretting over your Scott Fish Bowl picks right now, I got some good news for you. On the Fantasy Alarm website, our friend Andrew Cooper wrote 2023 rankings for Scott Fish Bowl 13. So we can help you out with some of those decisions. You can check that out at fantasyalarm.com. We got Craig in the chat saying, "Good evening, friends. Is this going to be a Nick at Night after dark edition of trivia?" There might be some Nick at Night questions. I'm telling you, I've already gotten shade from people going like, "Oh, I'm older than you. You're not going to ask the good Nickelodeon questions." We got the whole range of Nickelodeon questions in there. So nobody fret. Without further ado, I think we should go ahead and get into question number 1, Tim. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this first question. It should pop up on your screen ever so shortly. This first pack is 10 Front Yard Fantasy Classic questions. They're going to be mostly NFL or fantasy related, followed by 10 Nickelodeon-themed questions, followed by another 10 football, NFL-ish themed questions. Here we go. Question number 1. What NFL team has 3 mascots named SJ, Chomps, and Brownie? Is it A, the Chicago Bears, B, the Cleveland Browns, C, the Detroit Lions, or D, the Jacksonville Jaguars? Tim, you seem to think one of those might have tipped off something a little bit there, or was very funny.
I thought it was just funny. I'm trying to think of what 3 Dolphins would be named. Jasper,
Flipper, Skipper, and Craig.
Paul. Oh.
Flipper, Skipper, and Paul. Tim, was it you who drafted Dolphin Chariot during our modes of transportation draft that we did on stream one time?
Pretty excited about it too.
Yeah, it was great. I can't believe it fell to me in the 5th round.
I know, right? Dude, what?
Well, guys, get your answers in. You've got about 10 more seconds to get them in before I reveal it. And Tim, I have a feeling you're going to be happy based on where you laughed on that question. The correct answer to this one is the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns is going to be your correct answer. SJ is their live dog. Chomps is their human in a dog outfit. And Brownie is their demonic elf spirit thing.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was
Brownie.
just thinking of 3 dogs.
His name is Brownie, but he also is a brownie, which is a mythical creature from Irish folklore. We're going to move on to question number 2 here. Here it is. Half of the top 10 PPR receivers from last season are younger than 25 years old. Which top 10 receiver from last season is the youngest at 23 years old currently? Is it A, Amon-Ra St. Brown, B, Devonta Smith, C, CeeDee Lamb, or D, Justin Jefferson?
Oh gosh, I have to do ages.
So which one of these players is the youngest? These are all players we've already talked about a number of these guys today just in relation to Scott Fishbowl. At least you and I have, Tim. I forgot that my entire life isn't on stream and people didn't hear those conversations.
Yeah, I know. I am tilting because I can't remember a single thing right now. Oh my God. What?
This one's for the dynasty players out there that obsess over wide receiver age.
Yeah.
A 23-year-old wide receiver, they're just chomping at the freaking bit. They can't wait to draft him, bump him up 6 spots in the rankings. Well, the correct answer to this question is none other than the sun god himself. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the youngest of those 4. He doesn't seem the youngest, does he?
No. For some reason, I feel like he's been around forever. Maybe it's because what's his brother, Equanimous St. Brown? Maybe he's a little older, and that's throwing me off.
That's probably a great point. An extra year in the league with the St. Brown last name, we got a little confused.
Yeah.
Craig in the chat said Brownie is either a food or something left in the litter box. Don't mix them up. And Scampers likes the idea of Chomps being the elf's name, not the dog's name.
Ooh, I do like that. What does SJ stand for?
It stands for SJ. We're going to move on. Super Jaw, the dog. Question number 3 coming your way. Points per first down. Great. Another statistic to track religiously. Which of the following players had the most receiving first downs last season? Was it TJ Hawkinson, DK Metcalf, Christian Kirk, or Austin Eckler?
Oh, you dirty boy.
Also, I see we got Ladarius in the BSN chat joining us. What's up, Ladarius? You guys are in trouble now, the Ladarius.
Yeah, I know.
Ladarius is always killing it. This question is especially topical right now because of the Scott Fishbowl, which is a point for first down league and has an additional point available for
receiving first
for tight ends.
Oh man, this is brutal. I don't feel great about this. We might go negative within 3 questions. That's pretty good.
Hey, you can go negative within 1, so that's pretty impressive.
True. That's true.
How early did Travis Kelce go in your league?
He went 105.
105, 106 in mine.
I was nervous. I didn't want to have to make that choice.
That extra point for first down for tight ends really adds up.
Yeah.
Well, of these 4 players, the one that had the most receiving first downs last season was none other than Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk had more receiving first downs than all of the other players on this list.
What?
Wild,
Liar.
right?
Liar.
The
that
list
Jags
was
offense. Whew. Fun.
Christian Kirk is looking like a potential value this year because of all of the hype around Calvin Ridley. Hopefully people don't wisen up to where he's getting drafted right now. Our next question coming your way. Question number 4. Things can go downhill quickly for teams in the NFL. Which of the following teams made the playoffs only 2 seasons ago? That is the 2021 season. Is it A, the Cleveland Browns, B, the Houston Texans, C, the New York Jets, or D, the Arizona Cardinals? So this is the 2021 season, so 2 playoffs ago, including this most recent one. I see we got our boy Herms in the chat coming in to hang out. What's up, Herms? Glad to have you in here. And also, Mr. Scamper said the sun god is eternal. And Craig said until it blows up. Until it blows up. That is true.
I can't wait
Thanks
to
for
see
the
that.
existential dread, Craig.
I got special sunglasses for that.
Are they stronger than the eclipse glasses, or are the same ones as the eclipse glasses?
They just fill in the little hole.
Oh, gotcha. So there's just a little extra coverage.
Just a little extra. That's the extra sun blowy up part. 2 seasons ago? Come on, dude, that's a history project. What are we talking about? I don't feel great.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals 2 seasons ago made the playoffs and were looking like maybe an up-and-coming team, and now they are the bottom feeders of the NFL. Vegas hates them when you look at their odds. Like somebody from Arizona screwed Vegas's wife, like just as a whole, because they are mad at Arizona when you look at those odds compared to other teams. Well, guys, on to question number 5. I know usually you are promised there will be no math, but it is math time. Select the highest answer from the options below. A, Mike Evans plus Chris Godwin targets. B, Tony Pollard plus Cam Akers rush attempts. C, Rondale Moore plus Greg Dortch weight. Or D, Justin Fields plus Mason Rudolph pass attempts.
Oh my God, dude, these are
and that is
crazy.
Weight in pounds. That is weight in pounds that I'm looking for here.
What?
A lot of different stats present.
I know, dude. What the heck?
One of these is the highest. I need you to tell me which one.
There's no way it's that. I can't. Mason Rudolph did Justin Fields throw the ball once? Maybe.
You guys got about 10 seconds to get your answers in here. And I see Herms in there with the congrats, by the way, Simon. I appreciate it, Herms. Thanks so much. Scamper saying hi to Herms as well. Well, Tim, I hope you got this one right. The correct answer is Tony Pollard plus Cam Akers rush attempts.
Dude,
they had 381. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin targets was 269. The weight of Greg Dortch and Rondale Moore together was 353. And Justin Fields had 318 pass attempts for a grand total combined with Mason Rudolph 318 pass attempts.
I knew Mason Rudolph there. I was like, there's no way.
All right, well, we're going to move on to question number 6 here. And what I want to know is which NFL team turned the ball over the most times last season? A whopping 34 times. The second highest team only had 28. Was it A, the Arizona Cardinals, B, the Denver Broncos, C, the Indianapolis Colts, or D, the Houston Texans?
Oh, man.
Think back to which teams had really exciting games, probably.
Not the Broncos.
Or got really blown the hell out.
Probably the Texans.
Both can be possible. Man, I was just fact checking here because it seems like a big difference between first and second place on this one. Just 6 turnovers is a pretty big margin between the first and second team.
Yeah, was that that was the total delta, right? So that's even with their takeaways, right?
Yeah. This is the no, this is not delta. This is just turnovers lost.
Okay.
So this is not the turnover margin. This is just turnovers lost.
Oh, that changes nothing because I already answered.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit harder to change your answer. Well, the correct answer to this question was the Jeff Saturday-led Indianapolis Colts were the most turnover-prone team last season. Apparently, it doesn't work to hire a guy who looks like a coach from a movie to be your coach. But, man, did I want it to work like that.
Yeah. He wasn't making the turnovers.
No. Bring him back. It wasn't his fault. It was Matt Ryan's fault. All right. Well, the next question coming your way. Question number 7. While finishing only 3rd in rushing attempts behind the Falcons and the Bears, which NFL team led the league in rushing touchdowns last season with 32? So this team came in 3rd in rushing attempts, but 1st in rushing touchdowns. Was it A, the Philadelphia Eagles, B, the Dallas Cowboys, C, the San Francisco 49ers, or D, the Detroit Lions? So we got 4 teams who were pretty good at rushing the ball last year. What I need to know is which one was third in rushing attempts behind the Falcons and the Bears, but first in rushing touchdowns.
It's got to be these. I got to stop the slide. I started one up, and then I've gone the rest down.
Also, I see Hoove over in the BSN chat with the high booger brains. What's up, Hoove? Welcome in, my friend. Tim, you know this one?
I think I do, but that hasn't really panned out the past like 6 questions. So
finish positive.
Yeah, that's
Finish
right.
positive. The Nickelodeon pack is coming up. Baby.
Good Lord, I hope so.
You kind of have Nickelodeon hat colors on.
This
And this may be the start of your climb, Tim. The correct answer is A, the Philadelphia Eagles. Boom. I knew you'd get that one. We're going to move on to our next question. Question number 8. The NFL has not added a new team since they added the Houston Texans. In what year? The same year My Big Fat Greek Wedding was released. A, 1998. B, 2000. C, 2002. Or D, 2004. So I am looking for the year the Houston Texans were added, and it is the same year the ever so important movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding was released.
Trying to channel my inner Joey here because I've heard that's his favorite movie.
Number 1, I think, behind the B movie.
Or Mulholland Drive. That's a real one, though. I know that one's up there.
He does like that one. What's the movie that would upset Joey the most to have people truly believe it was his favorite movie? It would have to be believable enough. Know what I mean? It would have to be like a movie, maybe The Great Gatsby.
Ooh.
The new one. He would not want people to think that was his favorite movie. It's a good enough movie that it's believable. Well, guys, you got about 20 seconds to get your answers in for this one.
That's a really good question. What would
See if our movie lovers know this one, or if our Texans fans know this one.
Maybe like a Clockwork Orange. I don't know if that's anybody's favorite, but it's like people know that one.
You're right. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who that's their favorite movie. Or Avatar.
Oh, God.
Avatar is the correct answer. All right, guys. Well, the answer to this question was the year 2002. The year 2002 was when My Big Fat Greek Wedding was released, and the same year that the Houston Texans were added to the NFL. Nice job to everyone getting that one. Question number 9 coming your way. Tim, you're on a 2-question hot streak. We'll see if you can get it again. Which NFL team, whose leading receiver was a rookie, committed the fewest penalties in the league last year? Was it A, the New York Jets, B, the Atlanta Falcons, C, the New England Patriots, or D, the Washington Commanders? So this is the NFL team that committed the fewest penalties in the league last year. They also just so happened to have their leading receiver be a rookie.
I feel like I remember watching the Patriots commit a bajillion penalties and watching Bill Belichick kind of like short circuit. So that's the only thought I have. The Falcons.
Man, but then the Patriots year in and year out, you just think of Bill Belichick. You think of that reputation.
Dang. Maybe it's these guys.
Also, Joey Wright in the chat says, "Where's the guy with all the books?" I don't know. And Herm said IDK, but at least his brother is here. Yeah, we got at least one of the Wright brothers with us. And Herm's knowing that 2002 was the year. I want to know if you knew that from the My Big Fat Greek Wedding side or from the Texans side. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is the Atlanta Falcons.
What?
The Atlanta Falcons with only 68 penalties accepted last season. 68. The next lowest was 76 for the Los Angeles Rams. The New England Patriots had a lot of penalties last year. 104. They were top 10, as you predicted, Tim. We got one more question in this first round. We're going to get straight into it. Question number 10. At the FanDuel Sportsbook, Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett lead all players for AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year at plus 700 odds. Who has the next best odds at plus 800 to take home the award? Is it A, Nick Bosa, B, Sauce Gardner, C, Max Crosby, or D, TJ Watt? Which one of these players is currently favored, I guess, third after both Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett to take home the AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year award? Pretty good names on there.
I know, dude. You bring back TJ Watt. I'm actually excited for the AFC North again. Like for the past couple of years, it's been like kind of meh, but I think they're back on the upswing. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's and the best part is the Steelers should be bad. Not only am I excited for the AFC North, but they should be bad. But then I see that they've got freaking Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I just know they're going to finish with a winning record and make it into the playoffs. So, damn it, Mike Tomlin.
And TJ Watt is the
Respect
best.
the hell out of you.
There's Minka Fitzpatrick, who's also the best. Like the team's gonna be great. Like,
How can I hate the Steelers, but like so many of their coaches and players? Like just like them so much. Like I love Najee Harris.
Oh yeah.
He's the smallest big back I've ever watched play. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is the player you're excited for, Tim. TJ Watt is the correct answer. Sitting there at plus 800 odds. The odds are pretty good for all these other guys as well. These are the names in question. But the top three are Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett at plus 700, followed by TJ Watt at plus 800. Let's check in on the scores after those first 10 questions. Tim, what are you sitting at?
We don't really have to go there, but it's negative 30.
Yes. Herm says, look, I'm not sure how much I know about the NFL, but I sure know my Nickelodeon. Well, good news. We're about to get into the Nickelodeon batch of questions. Also, Scampers, with his clue on the penalties one, said pace of play and game length was my hunch for the Falcons. That was a great intuition on that one because I was shocked whenever I saw that.
They run it like 800,000 times. You figure there'd be 800,000 holdings.
Victor said, Simon, what's more difficult, streaming the right tight end in fantasy or proposing? Streaming the right tight end in fantasy. I still haven't gotten that right. 1 for 1 on proposals so far. All right. I think we go ahead and get straight into this Nickelodeon question. Tim, any before we go in, favorite Nickelodeon show of all time?
Oh God.
I know it hurts.
I forget every single one I've ever heard and watched. Oh no, what the? Probably Rocket Power. Rocket Power is up there. Or SpongeBob. How did I forget SpongeBob? What the hell?
I think I'm going to go with Fairly Odd Parents. I think Fairly Odd Parents is number one for me, but there's so many. Some of the older school ones are just so good.
My life is a teenage robot. What the hell?
Before we get into this first question, an update on our leaders. Craig, Ladarius, and Mr. Scampers are all tied for first with 60 points apiece. Wow. Nice job. And I see we got Tommy Pickles in the chat. Welcome in, Tommy Pickles. This next batch of questions should be right up your alley. Who've coming in saying his favorite show is Drake and Josh?
Oh, another classic. I forgot about all. I was thinking just cartoons. Wow.
They got the live action ones too. Well, question number 1 of the Nickelodeon pack should show up on your screen ever so shortly. If you're just joining us, you can play along by downloading the Better Sports Network app and just clicking on Pub Trivia. There's a very central picture of Joey and I. We got to get some central pictures of Tim to get on there as well. Click on that and you'll be live playing with the questions on your screen. Question number 1 of the Nickelodeon pack. In the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants, what is the name of SpongeBob's pet snail? It's a name he shares with the NFL kicker who is 3rd on the all-time points scored list. Is it A, Morton, B, Adam, C, Gary, or D, George?
Thank goodness you didn't do what I was worried you were going to do and make them all very close to each other.
Whenever I was in the Netherlands, I found out that my cousin's cat's name that I couldn't say as a child was in fact just the Dutch name for SpongeBob Snail in the show. So SpongeBob Snail, or his cat was named after SpongeBob Snail. It was a name I could not say for the life of me. And it was just a SpongeBob character.
That's funny.
All right. Well, you guys have about 10 seconds left to get your answers in. Tim, you feeling confident on this one?
Oh, this one for sure. Man, I wish the halftime show was the Bikini Bottom crew.
One day they'll do it.
That would be so cool.
The correct answer to this one is not Morton Anderson, but Gary Anderson. See, if you said Gary Anderson, you're going to be absolutely correct on that one and earn yourself 10 points. And in Dutch, his name is Gerrit, like Garrett, but you hock a loogie on the G.
I can't even try that.
Nailed it.
Gerrit?
You nailed it, Tim. Question number 2 in our Nickelodeon pack. The Nickelodeon show Hey Arnold featured a main character named Arnold with a head shaped like what type of sporting equipment? Nope. A, hockey puck. B, football. C, baseball bat. Or D, backboard.
Backboard. This guy's got a face like a backboard.
Move it, backboard head. Yeah, I would be so insulted if somebody told me your head's shaped like a backboard.
Dude, that's like a specific forehead shot too. That's like
We got the Tootsie Pop in here saying hi, Simon and Tim. What's up, Rachel? Welcome in. And also, I see Herms down here saying SpongeBob is the goated Nick cartoon, but I can't pick a favorite live action. So Drake and Josh, Ned's
Dude,
Declassified, Keenan and Kel, all classics. The Amanda Show.
The Amanda Show.
I still quote the Amanda Show on a near daily basis. The line from Moody's Point where the dad looks up and goes, "Do I have spiders all over my face?" I say it all the time.
Oh man.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this one was, as Tim's name alluded to, football. Helga Pataki, always telling him to move it, football head. And if you have not watched that show recently, it's depressing, morbid. It will make you feel weird when the episode ends. Also, Herm's down here with the bring in the dancing lobsters.
Bring in the dancing lobsters.
How can you not? Well, our next question number 3, passing, rushing, receiving, blocking. Taysom Hill has mastered all 4 elements, and some may even call him the NFL's avatar. What is the name of the avatar, Nickelodeon series Avatar, The Last Airbender? Is it A, Aang, B, Appa, C, Katara, or D, Francis? You think Taysom Hill has a claim to be the NFL's avatar?
Yeah, but I mean, like
I'm not happy about it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Kyler also got drafted to the MLB, so that's pretty good.
You're right. It could be Kyler Murray. Maybe Taysom Hill is just like the false avatar.
Yeah.
Also, Hoove coming in here with the Jimmy Neutron as a classic. Jimmy Neutron was one of my favorites as well.
They had so many good shows.
Man, maybe we just need to have an entire Amanda Show themed episode of this because there were so many good Amanda Show bits. Totally. All right, you got about 5 seconds to get your answers in. Tim, you didn't even react when this showed up. It feels like you knew this one right away.
I've watched this show like 4 times all the way through. I love it.
It's a long show. Well, the correct answer is A, Aang. If you said Aang, you are going to be correct on that one. Appa is his big old pet. Katara is a different character entirely, and Francis is just a name I put in there. So if you said any of the other ones, they were wrong. But if you said Aang, you are correct. Also, Herm said Kyler is the perfect fantasy avatar. When the world needed him most, he vanished.
So
and then Jonathan Gannon goes and finds him. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All right. Well, here is your next question. Many NFL players live the dual income, no kids, dink lifestyle entering the league. What Nick show features neighbors named the Dinkelbergs who always had the nicest things? Was it A, the Fairly Odd Parents, B, the Wild Thornberries, C, the Angry Beavers, or D, My Life as a Teenage Robot?
My Life as a Teenage Robot was slept on.
I agree. It's one of those shows when I was scrolling through that I was like, I forgot this existed, but I watched a lot of that growing up. I used to watch a lot of My Life as a Teenage Robot. I feel like there was an era where the idea of talking robots really hit in the media, like in TV show and movies. Mm-hmm. That movie Robots was terrible, but I watched it in theaters, I think 3 or 4 times.
The budget for that was crazy because it was all like the first CG ever. We had the talking dogs and stuff. Like Techno scared the crap out of my uncle when he got in late one time.
Like the little eye dogs that would just scream out randomly.
We put him in this room with the lights off. Midnight he comes in and just scares the living daylights.
It was like Furby, but enough to scare old people that robots were taking over.
Yeah.
Well, the correct answer to this one is A, the Fairly Odd Parents. The Dinkelbergs next door were the couple that never had children, so they were always able to afford all the nice things that Timmy's dad could not. So shout out to everyone who had kids. You could have been the Dinkelbergs, but instead you got beautiful creatures that walk around your home and shit their pants.
I didn't get fairy godparents either. This is nonsense.
You're right. Well, here's question number 5. In what year was Nickelodeon first broadcast as a national network? In this same year, the Steelers repeated as Super Bowl champions. Earl Campbell won MVP, and Sony released the Walkman. Was this 1959, 1969, 1979, or 1989? So it's the first year Nickelodeon aired as a national network, and it was also the year the Steelers repeated as Super Bowl champions. Back to back, baby. Earl Campbell won MVP, and Sony released the Walkman. And I have the hiccups. Sorry about that. Also, Hoop said Tim Burton in the Wild Thornberries, though. Was Tim Burton in the Wild Thornberries? I might need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, is all these.
Who the hell did he voice?
How old are CDs?
I don't remember a world without CDs.
Neither do I. That doesn't
think back to think to your dad's music collection and what percentage of it is what type of media.
Oh, you stupid. Damn.
Well, the correct answer to this question is C, 1979. If you said 1979 like Herms did, you are going to be absolutely correct. You add 10 points to your score. Congratulations, everybody. Also, Ladarius down here was saying that his favorite show was Rocko's Modern Life and Doug. 2 more classics. We may have some questions mentioning those a little bit later. Well, our next question coming your way. Question number 6, a show that was mentioned by Hoove. In the show, The Adventures of... let's back up and start that one over. The show, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, follows the life of an 11-year-old genius from the fictitious town of Retroville, which is in what U.S. state, home to 2 NFL teams? California, Florida, Ohio, or Texas?
Oh, no.
So in the show Jimmy Neutron, he is from Retroville in what state? And this is home to exactly 2 NFL teams. Your options are California, Florida, Ohio, and Texas. Random trivia while you're deciding. I didn't know this. The movie came first. I thought the TV show came first until I read that in the Wikipedia article. And then I went through the recesses of my brain and I was like, oh, wait, the movie absolutely came first. And I had completely mixed that up in my memory.
I still want to try those like alien goobers that Carl had to eat, whatever those were. They look gross. And he's like, oh, these are amazing. What were those? What were those?
What were they? All right. Well, the correct answer to this question is Retroville, Texas. If you said Texas, you're getting 10 points for that one. What'd you say, Tim? Ohio?
No, California. I stopped paying attention in my head because that has 3 teams. Yep.
It feels Ohio to me. Like whenever I watch the show, I think like that feels Ohio.
I was picturing palm trees.
Also, Herm's on a roll in the chat. Nice job. And Hoop saying Tim Curry, not Tim Burton. Well, that changes it from a person I was really intrigued to see in the Wild Thornberries to someone that I do not know who that is without Google.
Tim Curry's even better. That dude's a legend.
All right. Well, our next question is, if Kel from the Nick show, Keenan and Kel, picked his favorite NFL team based on the color of his favorite soda, which NFL team would he support? A, the Minnesota Vikings, B, the New York Jets, C, the Atlanta Falcons, or D, the Denver Broncos? Kel has a very famous line in which he tells you what his favorite soda is. And if he picked his NFL team matching the color of his favorite soda to the color of his favorite NFL team, which one of these teams would he pick? The Minnesota Vikings, the New York Jets, the Atlanta Falcons, or the Denver Broncos?
Welcome to the Good Burger. Home of the Good Burger. Now.
Gonna take your order.
I think I know it. I think I know it.
Okay, I apologize for not knowing who Tim Curry was, and I want to make that apology formal to each and every single person in the chat. I know that man. I did not know his name.
He's awesome.
Sorry, Craig. I'm personally apologizing to you specifically. Tim, you think you got this one?
I think so. I hope so.
I got one question for you. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. If you said the Denver Broncos, the only orange team listed here, you're going to get points for that one. Also, Herm said Broncos unless he's colorblind. Well, that would be absolutely correct. And we're assuming no colorblindness here. So that is a fair assumption for all of these questions, unless mentioned otherwise. Question number 8 coming your way. Spider 2 Y Banana is the name of a real NFL play. Which of the following similar sounding names is the name of a real Nickelodeon show? Bug Tickle X Tackle, Pig Goat Banana Cricket, Sloth Robot Y Time, or Spider Rock Stick Newt?
Oh, God, I've never heard any of these. What the hell is going on?
One more time. Only one of these is a real show. Bug Tickle X Tackle, Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket, Sloth, Robot, Y Time, Spider Rock, Stick Newt.
What?
This is the one question about maybe some of the newer Nicktoons that are a little bit after our time.
I'm gonna be so because you just made some of these up, and I'm gonna be so mad that I clicked.
I made 3 of them up.
Oh God.
So honestly, chances are pretty good that you fall into one of the traps.
I've literally never heard any of those words put together in my life.
And Herm said, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure all of those are made up. Well, all of them are made up except for Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket. Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket is a real show. And those are the 4 main characters. And if you type that into Google, the picture for it is the trippiest looking 4 people walking towards you. I've never seen an episode. I've just seen the ad for it. And I think I might go watch an episode after this as I'm falling asleep. All right, question number 9, the second to last question of this Nickelodeon pack. Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide takes place at the fictional James K. Polk Middle School. What NFL team does Ned's school share their colors with? A, the Green Bay Packers. B, the Pittsburgh Steelers. C, the Miami Dolphins. Or D, the New York Giants. And I will say, if you've seen this show, you know this. You know this because the colors are everywhere in the entire school. Go back and watch an episode. It is unavoidable.
I'm pretty sure Ned has a podcast now. Like the actor, like a couple of them just decided to make a podcast because they graduated, I guess, from TV.
I saw one with Mose on it that was so funny. I forget what show she was on, but it was Mose getting interviewed by Josh from Drake and Josh, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like this weird, bizarre thing where they were both kind of talking about like their clinical depression brought on by being a childhood star. And I was like, it was just a weird context shift for the first time I had seen them since Drake and Josh and Ned's Declassified.
Dang, at least they got to be a child star.
Sorry about the depression. Also, Herm's giving props to the Rewatch podcast. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
The correct answer is the Green Bay Packers. There is green and gold all over that school, baby. And I believe they are the Wolves, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's their mascot, prominently displayed at their pep rallies.
He was
sounds right, doesn't it?
I think so.
All right. Well, our next question, the last question of the Nickelodeon pack. While the Nicktoons library is now vast, it originally started with just 3 shows. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Rugrats, and which third show? Was it A, Rocko's Modern Life? B, Real Monsters? C, Doug? Or D, Cat Dog? So the original 3 Nicktoons were the Ren and Stimpy Show, Rugrats, and which third show?
Cat Dog used to frustrate me so much. That's what I really didn't like. So I hope that's not the answer. There's just something about it that just did not sit right with me.
Also, Ladarius in the chat saying Cookie was a legend. Cookie was absolutely a legend. And wasn't his real name Simon? Or am I making that up? And Ned's Declassified?
I don't know. I barely remember they were green.
Simon Nelson Cook. That was absolutely his name. Shared my name with a legend. No big deal.
We gotta go with this one.
This show, I will say, I wanted to change my name to one of the characters' names from it whenever I was small. Then I changed my mind. The correct answer is Doug. Doug is the correct answer. That was the third original Nicktoon, and I wanted to change my name to Roger because Roger was a badass with a leather jacket in that show, and I thought he was hot shit when I was 5.
Wasn't he like the main villain?
He was a bully. Yeah, he was a real dick in that show. That's going to be the end of our Nickelodeon questions, guys. We'll get a score update in here shortly. Tim, what are you sitting at after those 10 questions?
0.
Hey!
We made it up 30, baby.
That is plus 30 points from that round. And Craig wants to know, did they ever do a sequel called Dog Cat? No, but I think they did 2 separate sequels called Cat and Dog, and it was quite gruesome as they just severed them in half and then tried to put wheels on the other end, but it didn't quite work out yet.
Oh, that was pretty brutal. I was going to say it's Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede was started on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Craig in here with 80 points. Nice job moving up a little bit. We will see who's in first place after that. But Craig, Ladarius, and Mr. Scampers were all sitting at plus 60.
Ooh, so that's a pretty hard round for some people.
Before this round started. We'll see what they're at now. Tommy Pickles made a big jump during that one up to 150. Ladarius sitting at 120 points. And we've got Craig at 80. These scores are getting hot, so I got to take my jacket off, baby. And it's 105 degrees in San Antonio, and my air conditioning can only do so much. It cannot quite keep up. All right, we're going to move into our third and final pack of questions here. We got 10 more questions heading your way. This is it to determine the champion. Whoever has the most points at the end of these 10 questions is going to be our winner. A reminder that 10th and final question will be worth 40 points or just as negative as it could be positive, negative 40 points if you get it wrong.
Oh, this is going to be tough.
All right, the first question of the next pack. The calls to ban kickers grow louder every year. Yet kickers remain in most leagues. According to ESPN's standard scoring, Daniel Carlson and which current free agent kicker tied for first at the position? A, Justin Tucker, B, Jason Myers, C, Nick Folk, or D, Brett Maher? Tim, are you up to date on your kicker scoring?
No, I did look at Lindelian's rankings, so I have some recent names in my which current free agent finished tied for first. Oh God, I don't know. Maybe this guy.
I wouldn't usually ask a kicker question, but with Scott Fishbowl upon us, you got to know your kickers. You got to know your kickers. You just do. They're important. They matter.
That they do. I was surprised Jason Sanders so far down. Miami's going to run, baby. It's going to be a big offense.
I'm excited for that Miami offense this year. Well, the correct answer to this one is the name that I wish I didn't have to say twice because I really struggle with it. Brett Maher. Tim, how do you say his last name?
Brett Maher.
Maher? Man, that H just feels so wrong in the middle there. But that is the correct answer. Tied for first with Daniel Carlson last season. If you said one of the other kickers, you'd just be wrong.
Well,
all right. Off to a hot start. Question number 2. According to the FanDuel Sportsbook, which of the following players has the best odds to finish with the most regular season rushing yards? Is it A, Saquon Barkley, B, Tony Pollard, C, Bijan Robinson, or D, Josh Jacobs? So this is the FanDuel Sportsbook lists odds to be the regular season rushing yards leader. This is the player that they think is most likely to achieve that based on the betting odds. Some pretty good names on there. Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Bijan Robinson, and Josh Jacobs.
For some reason, I thought you said Nick Chubb, and now my brain's not working.
I don't think this is not necessarily the player that has the best odds overall.
Oh, okay.
This is of these 4, which of the following players has the best odds?
I feel like I'm going to get tricked. I feel like I'm getting tricked. That's how I'm going to finish negative.
The entire time we're doing this game, it's just sitting there going, Simon's freaking tricking me. You know he's tricking me. Well, maybe I tricked you on this one because the correct answer is incoming rookie Bijan Robinson.
What?
You got it, Tim?
Yeah, dude.
Boom, baby. Higgs loves Bijan, and the fantasy world loves Bijan, and I love Bijan, and you love Bijan, and we all love Bijan.
I want to go to a game this year.
I'm coming. Let's do it.
Sweet.
I'll come into Atlanta and let's go to a game. And let's move on to question number 3 here. Which of the following teams is the only one that did not finish last in their division? Was it A, the Indianapolis Colts, B, the Cleveland Browns, C, the Denver Broncos, or D, the Arizona Cardinals? So only one of these teams did not come in last in their division. Which team was it? A, the Indianapolis Colts, B, the Cleveland Browns, C, the Denver Broncos, or D, the Arizona Cardinals?
Sheesh.
Also, I see Ladarius down here saying at plus 120 now, and Scamper said I'm on quite the minus streak. It's time to come back, baby. Meow, meow.
Was it them? Dude, wow. Whoa, whoa.
It's a weird way to think about it, right? We always talk about these division winners. We forget who finished at the bottom.
Huh. I didn't feel great about that.
Well, the correct answer is A, the Indianapolis Colts. The
Goodness.
Houston Texans were
That's
last in their
frustrating.
division. The Colts may have only won 4 games, but it was enough to come in second to last in their division ahead of their
God.
division mates, the Texans.
Dude, the AFC South. What is going on?
Just awful. Well, guys, we're going to move on to question number 4 here. According to Bleacher Report, approximately how many cows does it take to supply the NFL with enough leather for a year's supply of footballs? Is it A, 500, B, 3,000, C, 7,500, or D, 10,000? How many footballs do you think you can get from a cow, Tim? You personally, not a professional.
I don't even know how you'd cut one out of a cow.
They
Probably.
seem to be the wrong shape.
Yeah, I could probably get one.
One full football out of a cow.
Yeah.
And a lot of scrap footballs.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That's a lot of cows. Look at all of those chickens.
Classic. Excuse me, guys. You got about 10 seconds to get your answers in, then we'll reveal the answer to this one. We are on question number 4 of this pack, meaning we got 6 left before the end of this show.
500 is not enough cows. There's got to be more.
You're right. 500 is not enough cows because it takes 3,000 cows to make enough footballs for an entire season, which made me happy that it wasn't more. I do love cows. I'm glad it doesn't take a sacrifice of 10,000 cows. And it does make a game that's already pretty brutal. Like, imagine if instead of like turning them into footballs at the beginning of the season, they just had to like sacrifice 3,000 cows in order for the season to take place.
Gosh.
It would change. It would look a lot more like the Roman Colosseum days than it does now.
They should probably have one of the footballs wrapped in like the actual cow fur to make you really appreciate it. The sacrifice.
You're right. The Texans can take over that mantle.
Yeah.
It seems like it should be their back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's question number 5. In which defensive alignment are exactly 5 defensive backs used? A, nickel, B, dime, C, quarter, or D, $half? Which defensive alignment are exactly 5 defensive backs used? Nickel, dime, quarter, or $half?
Huh. I didn't play any Madden except for the time I played you and just hucked it to Jarvis Landry 1,000 times.
Weird. That's also how I play Madden. Maybe not Jarvis Landry, but I try to pick the right plays at first. Then I get in a hole, and then I go Hail Mary every single play. Also, I see Craig down here saying it's like Animorphs. The cows just turn into footballs. Thank God.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, my God. Imagine at the end of the season, they just put all the footballs out in a field, and there's like the grand morphing back in the cows. Honey, I'm home.
Gosh. Tough season, honey.
You have no idea.
I was the kicking ball.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this one is A, nickel, which makes sense. 5, nickel. Dime has 6, quarter has 7, and then $half. I don't know. I think it exists. I just put the next coin up.
It was dime 6.
It's the next monetary coin.
Damn.
It's dumb. You're right. Nickel's the only one that makes sense, but that is the one I asked about. Number 6 is who caught the first NFL pass from Brett Favre? So who caught the first NFL pass from Brett Favre? Was it A, Sterling Sharp, B, Jackie Harris, C, Harry Sidney, or D, Brett Favre?
We're about to get back up to 0, buddy.
You know this one? This is bringing you back to him?
Yeah.
Also,
right at a fine line.
Also, Scamper said, get it from the left hock. That's where that football is coming from. And Pang said, please, Lord, just let me sniff his hat. Here you go. This is for you. Take a good whiff, Pang. Now, unless you wanted to sniff Tim's hat, in which case, that costs extra. That comes with the premium Front Yard Fantasy membership. All right, Tim, you got about 15 seconds before the end of this one, but you confidently seemed like you knew the answer to this.
I did know this one.
It's one of those ones. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Also, Pang said, now I want more. Now, that was the freebie. First one's on us, but the next one's going to cost you.
That's how they get you.
Tim, the correct answer to this one is...
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre caught the first pass from Brett Favre. Another fun fact, Brett Favre is the only player besides Jerry Rice to catch a pass after he turned 40. I think Tom Brady actually ended up doing it as well.
Yeah.
But Brett
like
Favre was
6
the
yards.
only other one to do it for -7 yards after he caught his own pass in a later game. All right, our next question. Question number 7. Not all good receivers run very far after they catch the ball. Which 1,000-yard receiver had the fewest yards after catch last season with only 210? Was it A, Tyler Lockett, B, T. Higgins, C, Amari Cooper, or D, Chris Olave?
Feel 51% good about this one.
Okay, well, with 4 options, that's pretty good.
Oh, true. Maybe 26 then.
Damn, I did not mean to make you feel less confident there.
That's okay.
You're like, no, just keeping me honest. I appreciate it.
I mean, at least this way, I'm answering every single question and I'm at 0. So that's, I'm not cheating. I would never.
Let's see. I had a small panic there where I thought the correct answer was incorrect in there, but it's all right. And the correct answer is Chris Olave. Chris Olave had the fewest yards after the catch of any receiver that hit 1,000 yards last season. And Tim, your face says I nailed that one. I got it right, and we're going to win this game. Am I reading you properly?
Yeah. No doubt.
Also, Peng getting this one right in the chat. Nice job, Peng. For everyone joining us, we're almost done here, but you still can get in and answer the last couple questions if you download the Better Sports Network app. Yeah, you might still beat Tim. He's trying to hit positive. So download the BSN app and join us for the last couple questions of this game. Tim, this one's yours. I can feel it.
Okay.
One NFL team had both the quarterback and running back with the highest yards per rush attempt at their position last season. Which team was it? And this is with a minimum of 100 rush attempts. A, the Baltimore Ravens. B, the Chicago Bears. C, the Philadelphia Eagles. Or D, the New York Giants. So the quarterback and running back with the highest yards per rush attempt happened to be on the same team. Minimum 100 carries.
That's a lot of carries.
Also, Scampers down here said, I faded myself and failed. Olave was a deep ball monster.
Damn, I'm between 4.
That's what they called me. The deep ball monster.
Nobody called that.
You're right. They called me Chicken Little. That's the only nickname I've ever had that stuck.
I did not feel good about that one, but that's okay.
Man, do I love the noises of joy that come out of people during trivia. All right, well, the correct answer to this one is with Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert, the Chicago Bears were number 1 on that list. J.K. Dobbins, in fact, was very close to that. He was tied with Khalil Herbert, but didn't have 100 carries, and Lamar Jackson was second in the quarterback position. So the Ravens was definitely the tricky one there. They were very close to having that. All right, well, we've got a couple more questions here, 2 more to be precise, 1 more worth 10, and then our last one worth 40. Here's your 9th question. Who was the highest scoring PPR wide receiver from the NFC South, not on the Buccaneers? Was it A, Chris Olave, B, Drake London, C, DJ Moore, or D, Michael Thomas?
Oh, dude, what?
The highest scoring PPR wide receiver from that division that was not on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had them beat, both of them. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin ahead of all of these guys. Though this year, we'll see how that plays out. Not looking as pretty at the QB position in Tampa Bay this year.
Oh, man.
Tim, who do you think it's going to be this year if you had to pick a receiver from that division?
Who do I think? I mean, I like Olave. I like him a lot this year. Derek Carr is just a better quarterback. So I think he showed some really good route running, great hands, great catching. I think it's going to be him.
Great running. We learned that in the last question. Duke can
Yeah.
run real good. Well, the correct answer to this one, barely edging out Chris Olave, was DJ Moore. DJ Moore scored the most points in that division. Chris Olave in second after him, but I have a feeling Chris Olave is gonna win that one pretty handily this year. May even beat both of the Bucs receivers with what they're dealing with at quarterback there. All right, question number 10, Tim. Where are you sitting at score-wise?
I think I'm about to be minus 30, so this is for
Okay.
all marbles.
You can finish positive. It all comes down to this question, baby. The last question of the night. Everybody throw your scores in the chat as we head into this. We'll reveal our winner after this last one. Question number 10. Derrick Henry is currently 22nd on the career rushing touchdowns list with 78. How many rushing touchdowns does Henry need to surpass Emmitt Smith at number 1 on the list? Is it A, 21, B, 39, C, 62, or D, 87? Derrick Henry is currently 22nd on the list with 78, which is the highest of any active running back on the career rushing touchdowns list. How many more does he need to surpass Emmitt Smith at number 1?
Looks like we're gonna hit negative 70 here, boy.
Hey, Tim, never underestimate dumb luck. You got a 1-in-4 shot right here.
That's true. Whew. And it's in. We'll see.
I guess this really comes down to if you know how many rushing touchdowns is the record, which is a pretty random piece of sports trivia to be able to pull out. But I bet Craig and Ladarius know it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Those sports trivia effers out there. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is 87. Derrick Henry would need 87 more rushing touchdowns to touch Emmitt Smith's record. I think it's pretty safe for the time being because the only other active players even near the top of the list are like Mark Ingram and Melvin Gordon, and they're way behind Derrick Henry. I'm not sure that record will ever get beat. After that question, we had Craig at plus 130 going into it, Ladarius at plus 150 going into it. We'll see who our champion is. Tim, you finished at a minus 70?
Yeah, minus 70.
Woo!
Hey, that's a low score, I think. One of the lowest. So that's pretty good.
What should we do for our topic next week?
Carnivals.
Think about it.
I don't know.
Barnacles. We're going to do barnacle themed trivia next week. Everybody who joined us while we're waiting on the scores, thank you so much for coming and playing some pub trivia with us on a Monday night. We'll be back next week and every Monday at 8 p.m. for more fantasy football pub trivia. And in the meantime, if you want to hang out and come watch us play some more games, the Fantasy Football Game Show is live every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the Better Sports Network app, YouTube, and the Front Yard Fantasy YouTube. We have our final scores, and ever so fittingly, our champion of today's Nickelodeon round is none other than Tommy Pickles with a score of 220. Congratulations, Tommy.
Well done.
This one's for you. Ladarius coming in second at 190. And then
Got beat by a baby.
You got beat by a freaking
Badly.
and a cat.
And my God.
Let that soak in. Guys, go watch some Nicktoons. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and we'll see you all next week. Adios, everyone.